Greetings and salutations, and welcome to Flintlocks and Fireballs, where a handful of mad actors will attempt to survive the increasingly bewildering and sort of kind of gaslighty and mindfuckery lands of Dungeons and Dragons.
Yay!
I'm your host, Dungeon Master Jason Phelps, and I'm joined as ever by Robbie.
Hello.
Robbie, Fiery Frogs, Bellekom. Sam, Neurotic Newts, and Ellie, Rambunctious Rodents, Sparrow.
Yay!
I was
Jason
hoping
did
for
not
ducks,
plan
that other amphibian.
Today.
That well-known
Right, nobody
amphibian,
noticed.
the duck.
Don't worry, you styled it out. It's
Oh,
fine.
Dark would have been... Daring Dark would have been a much better option.
I want to be a daring duck. I've forgotten what rambunctious means. What does it mean?
Aha!
I'll take that,
Boisterous?
actually.
Like, yeah, like, I feel like that expression kind of comes
No,
from
weirdly it
consciousness.
did. Yeah, that made
Yeah,
more sense than
yeah.
an explanation. Exuberant, but also kind of crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, I think it's
Like
all
Brian
dull.
Blessed.
Yes, I would
He
describe
would be
Brian Blessed as
rambunctious.
rambunctious. Yeah.
I'm on board. Learning.
I feel like there's like a great practical rambunction or something in one of Roald Dahl's books.
I feel like a good D&D character name could come from the word rambunctious. It's me, Rambunctious Jones!
Yeah, I was just thinking that.
I mean, it literally
Rambunctious.
could be a tiefling virtue name.
What is my name?
Oh,
Is Mr.
good.
Bunctious. Rambunctious.
Oh.
I like that. You could shorten it to bum.
Excellent.
It's bum, but
Everyone
still.
should have a shortened bum.
Oh no.
Speaking of shortened bums, in no way whatsoever, it's time for us to
Nice.
thrust our posteriors into the mists of things to come,
Stick our asses into the time stream.
which certainly will result in a shortened bum, and demand future ass. What messages
Well
from
done.
the present?
From the bums.
It's Future Jason with messages from the present. And, you know, today, my main message is happy 5th anniversary, everyone. We've been doing this for 5 years, as of yesterday. It's been a great time. Thank you all stowaways for joining us on this journey. And looking forward to what is yet to come. Fair seas, natural 20s, and...
Hi, this is Future Sam here, and all I can say is I did my best.
Bums, 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 bums. Yeah, given the
It's like Scamp and Celestia on downtime.
given the difficulty in synchronizing over a distributed
I can't
medium,
imagine how bad that sounds.
that probably sounded awful to you.
Oh, that
Oh, I was
don't
trying
worry, I
purposely
have,
not
I have
to,
set
so that it
myself a
wouldn't.
task there.
I was just doing
If it-
hell
No,
notes to avoid
if it
that.
was
won't
actually in
help.
sync, Sam has done work for that. Like, that will not have happened on the recording. It sounds in sync to us, but there
Oh
is
no,
a delay.
not to me it didn't.
Well, weirdly, it sounded alright to me. But yeah.
But maybe it was delayed by just the right amount.
Maybe, yeah.
Synchronized up. Speaking of synchronized delays, it's time for us to begin Flintlocks and Fireballs. Our land stands on the sabre's edge.
Our cities are a powder keg.
Brother chains, brother, no one's free. A life on land is short, you'll see. So gather your muskets, gather your spears, we'll plunder the shores of Calcinea. No kraken, storm or spell we fear, so come and sail with us, my dear.
Previously, oh boy, on Flintlocks and Fireballs. Alright, the party are A good several layers deep into the Cirrus Citadel at this point, investigating the essentially the atriums of the lost wings of the sorcerers. Having made their way through a number of these different domains, they have at last found themselves in a place that is as hostile as their time spent in Hyperion's land, where night comes and means that everything is doomed and full of monsters, but in a very different way. After all waking up with varying degrees of new identities and memories, in what appeared to be Alisant University, circa 2023, the party have made their way into the high energy active thaumaturgy department and proceeded to effectively destroy several key parts of the facility. After I believe it was essentially exploding the engine in optical engineering, the party's ability to see themselves as they truly are was restored, as indeed was everyone's, causing something of a panic. After then, bumbling into the security center of the abjuration department, and an ensuing magical firefight with some frankly astonishing brutality from the perspective of the now increasingly unhinged Tamara Wilde, who does not in any way remember being Celestia Stardust.
Who's that?
Sounds
fake, man.
Thus, not the sort of person willing to just, kill people at the drop of a hat.
Yeah.
You also proceeded to destroy a giant scrying orb type device there, by, in the case of Tamara, emptying an entire magical fire pistol's cartridge into it, which just about did it. This then dispelled the illusion of the sunny, cheerful, weirdly early 21st century looking university campus, and replaced it with what everyone replaced it for everyone else with what Tammy's been seeing this whole time, which is a stark, apparently underground bunker with flat grey stone walls lit by stark utilitarian light stones. It also got rid of all of the signage that helped finding your way around, as well as just making the place generally a lot less pleasant to live in. You also, a number of you discovered that quite a lot of objects that you thought you had were not real. Nevertheless, you made your way to the Transmaterial Engineering department and discovered, as you termed it, the trans engine there, which did indeed have powers of transmutation. You, after retrieving your bags of holding, which were under careful and extensive scrutiny for the heretofore unknown type of magic displayed in them, you had a brief and violent encounter with Security Chief Irene, a reunion, as well as a reunion with one of the Technician Bones, your already kidnapped Dr. Archers, and the kidnapped Dr. Vintner, turning back from a land snail into a half-elf, who you promptly bound and gagged with gaffer tape after his attempt at a mass suggestion spell. You then you also deprived him of his key fob and his phone, which you now have. You then, as I said, turned the trans engine on itself, transforming key portions of its workings into cheese, at least temporarily. But certainly long enough for the machine to break, set fire, and proverbially fall over and into a swamp.
What kind of cheese?
I think it was three different ones acting, so I'm going to say a mixture of gorgonzola, mozzarella, and Monterey Jack.
Thank you for how seriously you answered that question. I actually really
It's going
appreciate
to
it.
smell strong in here.
Very good.
Yeah, it does.
Because I was
for a little
picturing
bit
different types of
Delicious.
cheese.
There's a
until
pizzeria smell going on, isn't there?
Yeah,
Delicious.
there's quite a strong smell for a bit, although within about a minute or so, that smell is actually going to go away as the material reverts from its temporary transformation, though it's too late to save the machine. This has the effect of rendering other people's appearance to what it truly is. Which has caused a number of revelations. Everyone can now see the party as they actually are, revealing that, Corzin just looks like Corzin, never remembered being bitey, but no longer looks like a little gnome technician to anyone else. Skatak now looks like a pink-skinned, goat-horned tiefling to everyone. Diana now looks like a purple tiefling to everyone else. Tamara now looks like a rock and roll a drow to everyone else. Although I will note that that Tammy still remembers being Tammy and still thinks of herself as Tammy.
The only fucker without any memories, yeah.
Let's see. Stabby the cat has turned into the recognisable golden monkey form of Jeffrey, little silver streaks. Chanterelle looks the same as before. Half-orc woman, short black hair, no braces on her teeth, and the song rings have vanished, and her tracksuit has transformed into bleak and utilitarian sort of grey, a grey uniform, kind of vaguely prison-esque. She is continuing to freak out about all of this. Harder than Hubert, the toffee sort of sounding red-headed halfling with the bottle glasses, who has just ceased existing.
Bye, Hubert.
No more Hubert.
Yeah, Hubert is gone.
Perhaps he got his plump halfling boy in the end.
We can only imagine. No, literally, we can only
Because
imagine.
he's not real.
Meanwhile, one of your captives, Dr. Archers, previously a human man with silvery reflective specs and a white lab coat, and the technician Bones, a halfling in a blue jumpsuit, have both transformed into what appear to be humanoid avatars made of planes of translucent bluish force with tiny, like thimble-sized silver skulls floating in the center of where their head, of where the sort of head-shaped force fields are. And Dr. Vintner still looks like a gaunt blonde male half-elf, but he doesn't wear glasses anymore. His open-collared silk shirt and pants have been replaced by a sort of black and red military-style uniform, and it turns out that the gaffer tape was also not real.
When you say pants, you do mean trousers, because now I'm just imagining that he's been in his pants the whole time.
I
He's
am
just in
using pants in the
Y-fronts.
American sense, yes.
Yeah, I was just double checking that we hadn't just skipped over the fact he forgot to put trousers on.
No, he was wearing some nice black trousers before. Okay, so in the surprise round,
Oh no.
Dr. Vintner's eyes sort of flash a vibrant sort of purple, and he claps his hands together. A pulse of of essentially, I want to say shadows, and sound erupts from the point where his hands meet. It's not exactly, it's not quite like the darkness spell. You're not plunged into strict darkness, but instead a strange and shifting mist of renders the entire world into shadows and half-seeming reality.
Point of order, is this a spell?
And do we
it
have
is,
reactions?
But
it's a surprise round. I can't
you've
remember
been
if that
caught
affects
by
it.
surprise, and I don't think you have reactions in a surprise round.
Okay,
Don't
fine.
think so, no.
Yeah. Unless you have an ability that means you are not... Unless you have something like the barbarian ability that means you can act when you're surprised.
No, literally it just says I need to be able to see the person do it, but...
Yeah.
Fair.
It does use a reaction, though?
Yes.
Yeah, then no. Unless you can act during surprise,
No.
then you are unable to do this. The world transforms into shadows and sound as well. A bewildering mix of sounds fills your ears. It's not... Because of the strange shifting shadows, like, a part of you expects just like the howls of the damned to fill your ears, but instead it's more like half-heard conversations, distant, strange snatches of 1,000 different types of sound. For a moment you hear bells, and then something like the clattering of hooves on cobblestones, a whispered conversation, an argument at the far end of a room. The result is that the entire environment becomes almost incomprehensible. Everything, you can kind of see what's immediately around you, but you have to focus to perceive the difference between what's actually there and the shifting, half illusory environments around you. You turn and you can see, I'm going to say, Tammy, you were by the machine. You can see the machine there, but you can also see what appears to be a cobblestone street filled with people arguing over vegetables. And then looking another way, you can see a different corridor. Looking another way, you can see you can see apparently Corzin, since that's his name and not Bitey, strangling well, actually, yeah, before you momentarily saw them transform, you momentarily saw the half-orc transform into a pink tiefling, and you can see Corzin sort of strangling that pink tiefling, while the other tiefling, the purple one, appears to be stabbing them in the back with a knife.
Oh no.
But the thing is, all of this seems equally unreal around you. Everyone can now make a wisdom save.
We're so good at those.
Are tides active?
In the new round... oh, that's a good point. Let me see. Tides are... Jason must have knocked off the tiny piece of paper that he uses to tell whether tides are active. So I'm going to say they are.
cracking.
Sorry, I'm going to say they're not, even.
So I can use them.
Sure.
Cool, I need it. That's not going to do it. 14.
6.
Well, you did better than me.
Is it enough? Oh no, really?
Oh,
What did
no.
you get?
5 total.
Oh, ow.
Okay. I'm going to give each
We were
of
counting on you, Corzin.
Okay.
I rolled a 2 on the die. I'm sorry.
I'm going to say arbitrarily in order. I'll ask you to roll if it becomes relevant. Arbitrarily, I'm going to say Tammy, then Skatak, then Corzin can declare what you want to do in this first round. Mm-hmm. But the point is, the strange shifting environment is like you can't see through it. It's all still there.
So it was me first, was it?
Yes.
I mean, what's the longest thing I have on me? My guitar, probably.
Yes.
I swing it around and see if it goes through things and see if anything real is nearby.
Okay, you're interacting with the illusion. That works. I would say you can have a choice between another wisdom save or an investigation check.
Oh no, neither of them. I think investigation is narrowly better.
Okay.
It's not very good because I've just put the Eye of the Storm down, but it's a bit better. Oh, 6 again. Oh no, that's
your
bad.
Guitar slams into the skull of a halfling street merchant who strikes the ground screaming and then dissolves into ashes, but you swear you felt it impact.
Oh, I really hope I'm high.
Skatak, you're next. You do faintly hear Tammy exclaim, hoping that they're high, but it's hard to work out whether the image of Tammy doing that is any more real than the image of Tammy juggling pies, or the image of Tammy plucking out Corzin's eyeballs and eating them.
Oh, yum. Do I remember where the bad person was?
Yes, they were next to you.
Do I remember what objects were around me? Do I because animate objects doesn't require me to see them. They just need to be within my range by the look of it.
Yeah, okay. There were a number of different objects around you. So from memory, like even without like a check, you can the transmaterial engine was like essentially bolted into the floor, so that's not really a valid option. But you remember the presence of different tables, chairs, and different sort of objects on those tables that were being investigated.
I would like to animate some large tables and tell them to attack the person who cast this. Because they're basically creatures on their own at that point. They just follow the orders.
Mm-hmm.
They are. I need to just give me a moment because I want to check if the spell has a ruling on this already.
It has blind sight, if that helps. When it's animated, the objects.
Helpful.
Blind sight with a radius of 30 feet.
Yeah.
Okay. That.
This is also a super niche situation, though. like real niche.
You're true. It does not rely on sight or sound in order to operate. I need you to roll a luck check, please.
Okay. I don't know what to trust. 5.
Okay, you think you see, okay, you see some tables, fly into the air, but also a wagon, and also, what appears to be like a weird sort of metal trolley.
I kind of like to shut my eyes to cast it, because I
groceries.
know what I'm seeing isn't accurate. I'm entirely going on objects I knew were there before this happened. Because I don't have to see them. So, this could all be happening, but I'm just not going to look at it because I don't think it'll help me.
Roll 3 attack rolls for the objects, please. Tell me the scores in order.
Yeah. And I'm not going to know if they hit or not. What have I managed to animate? Like, what do they count? Because there's different.
You can do. What is it?
I'm going to up to 10 objects. Medium counts as 2 objects. Large counts as 4 objects. Huge as 8.
Given that you went for kind of a variety of tables,
Yeah.
I will say that you managed to get 5 tables or table type tables or chairs that count as medium.
Medium. Okay, great. Plus 5 to hit on medium.
In fact, actually, yeah. Just give me 3 of those, please.
Cool. So that's
Because you've done kind of a spread all around you, and at least 2 of those are in completely the wrong direction.
God. So we've got a 14, a 9, and a 9. Those were all awful.
Okay. You think you can pick out amongst the cacophony around you the sound of things moving and impacts, as if things are striking at floors or walls. There might be the sound of like a grunt of pain, but it's hard to make out whether that's real or not.
Cool.
Oh, at the end of your round, sorry, I forgot about this. Tammy, at the end of your round, another wisdom save, please.
Another. 14.
Cool. And Skatak, at the end of your round, a wisdom save, please.
16.
Not enough.
I am never getting out of this.
Me neither.
And Corzin.
Another? Okay.
No, you may act.
Oh, I may act. Right, yes, okay. Just a quick clarification here. I don't think I do, but I wanted to double check. I don't have any of my potions on me currently, do I?
You do. You were
great.
able to acquire. I think you managed to retrieve all of your potions
Right.
between the healing kit and the bags of holding.
Right, there is one specifically then. I want to pop the Spirit of Zephyr.
Ooh.
Because one of the things it allows me to do is cast Dispel Magic.
Ooh.
I'd forgotten you had that.
Yeah, I held it since the library.
Remind me of the stats of that, please, because I've
it's I have it down as Potion Magic Curia, Spirit of Zephyr. It has 2 charges. I can cast Cure Wounds at level 3, Dispel Magic, or Protection from Lightning.
Ah, great.
Oh,
Yeah,
nice.
so you have basically 2 doses of it. So you drink 1 dose,
Yep.
and you one of the 2 doses.
Yep.
Okay, and
God, the first time one of us has had to spell magic. This is exciting.
yeah,
Yeah.
I wish
know,
I'd
right?
taken that spell. But polymorph was more fun.
Fair.
Celestia doesn't dispel magic.
Okay.
It's not right.
You're casting it at the base level, but your casting stat is wisdom, I think.
Yes, it would be.
So can I ask you to make a wisdom roll, please, to try and break this? As you drink the Spirit of Zephyr, you feel You have a strange experience of something flooding your body.
Yeah.
And as you focus your will, you can see, you can perceive a strange and unfamiliar spirit sort of suffuse your body and briefly take, almost seems to outline your shape before dispersing into the air.
Okay.
And then being gone.
I imagine Corzin's downing this, and he's sort of like doing that thing, like a person with a toffee does, like sort of rolling it around the mouth, like.
So yeah, could you please make a caster check?
Would I count as having proficiency for this?
I don't think that's how it works. I'm just going to.
Okay,
It's
no,
just a D.
sorry for
Yeah, I think it's just a D20 plus your.
Yeah, D20 plus your
caster modifier. Please.
Okay, that's good. That's a dirty 20.
Ooh.
Yeah, that beats it. Which you had to roll pretty high to beat this spell.
Yeah.
So okay, as these as the strange sort of wind-like spirit embodies you and then gusts outwards in every direction.
Yep.
It's like a gust of wind blows away the wisps of shadow. The sounds, the chaos, the illusion, all of it just as you successfully dispel the half-shaped world.
Not today, you bastard.
Okay, which means you are all able to see the environment clearly, and through the door, therefore, you can see partway down the corridor, in the process of essentially just pegging it, is like he doesn't stop running at all. Like you just like catch him in this moment. You can see Dr. Vintner is pegging it down the corridor.
Oh no, you fucking don't! And I'm after him.
Okay.
Yeah, you've still got movement, haven't you?
Yeah,
you
I
still
haven't
got
moved.
movement.
I've also, I think, if that
yeah.
was my action,
Yes.
bonus action Slayer's Prey.
All right, I'll do it.
Yep.
Yay!
Okay. You've
Even if he gets out of my sight, I know where the fucker is.
You do. All right then. This isn't gonna be fun. Okay, that is the end of your round.
Yep.
And Vintner. Okay, that means it's Vintner's last one to go in this round. Then glances, barely glances back, and you see him sort of. You hear him curse for a moment under his breath, and then and gosh, because he is real reluctant to do shit without a phone. All right. Yeah. Okay. He's gonna have to. Twists his hands and balls them into fists. A pulse of light runs, flickers through his body, and he gains an immediate burst of speed. Actually, wait. No, doesn't have access to a phone. He's not going to risk it. Okay, he basically dashes, curving around the hallway. Because of the curve of the hall, he is able to get out of immediate visual range. Like he's able to break line of sight by running around the corner. You see him briefly glance at the high energy department, kind of go instinctively for the key fob he doesn't have, curse, and continue running on past it. So he does not go into the accelerator, but instead runs around.
But he wanted to.
In the direction of the to sort of labs you have not been into. At this point, my question is, do you want to pursue him? If so, we will continue on and roll into initiative.
Or do we want to go to the accelerator?
I think the question is, instinctively, like, if any one of you would break into a run and pursue, then we all roll initiative.
I already kind of have on the other guy.
I'm going to be real. Tammy would go with the crowd on this one. So what are you two doing?
I mean, where are my tables?
So I think Corzin is already running, so I'm going to ask us all to roll initiative, please.
Okay.
Yeah, if someone starts running, Tammy will follow. That's where I'm at.
If my tables were in a reasonable place, they'd be going anyway.
21 for Corzin.
15 for whoever I am right now.
24.
24
Yeah.
for Tammy. And sorry,
Weirdly good for Tammy.
what was yours causing again?
Corzin, 21.
Okay, so I'm just for the hell of it, I'll roll for Diana. Okay, so I guess because hasn't had time to recover. We're also going to have this person. Okay, so which means that they've not had time to do any healing. Right, adjust those stats. Okay, so top of the round is Tammy. So to give the environment, you are all. I'm going to say just. Corzin burst into a run already. So is just out the door. The pair of you, for convenience, I'm going to say are 15 feet behind him. Mm-hmm. Vintner, you last saw run speeding down the hallway, and basically the hallway curves out of sight. Like you managed to break line of sight about 60. Let's make that shorter. Let's say 40 feet from the door. So right now, Corzin is 5 feet out the door already.
Mm-hmm.
And the rest of you are 10 feet behind the door. So you're 50 feet from the out of sight corner of the rest of you.
Mm-hmm. And we're in the circle corridor bit.
Yes.
Cool.
Yeah.
Which is it's labelled circle corridor on the map.
Yeah.
I don't know what it's actually called, but
It's descriptive of what it is.
it's a circle and also a corridor. Yeah.
And we'll say halfway between where you lost sight of Vintner and where Corzin is the door to the accelerator.
Yeah.
Okay, so Tammy. You can also see floating kind of near-ish Skatak are 5 tables and chairs. One of them is about 30 feet out, is about 20 feet outside the room, and and you can see a dent in a scratch in the wall where it attempted to get Vintner.
Makes sense.
And failed.
Trying to work out if there's anything I can do other than dashing with the equipment I have on me. Unless the scientists had any little scooters or anything, probably not.
Roll a luck check.
Your little segways.
A little thing on wheels as well. Why am I rolling a d8 for luck? Only losers roll d8s for luck. Well, I rolled an 8 on my d20.
Sadly, there is no convenient segue.
Damn. 50 feet away. The biggest range I currently have, because I don't know I can do magic, is 30 feet. With my blunderbuss.
I mean, it's close enough that you could, if you dashed, you could run round the corner and see whatever's round the corner.
Actually, he's 50 feet away.
50 feet is where you lost sight of him. He's gone past that corner. That's that's where you need to get to be able to see where he went.
I think I'll dash. I think that's the best thing I can do. It's slightly uninteresting as that is.
No, that is fair.
Yeah.
Okay, so which means that you can get 10 feet further down that corridor.
It's a slightly hysterical dash. Tammy's not doing well.
Tammy, gripping onto like the handful of like weapons and objects you've been able to acquire,
Holding them like a person who's never held one.
like you've got like roughly shoved into a belt, like the stun baton, the pistol.
The big one's just down the back of her trousers.
Like you've got a blunderbuss that shoots ice down the back of your trousers.
The bad way
weird
up.
bracer.
Because I don't think she was thinking.
Yeah. Bracer.
And yes, there is a bad way up, isn't there?
Yeah, there is most definitely a bad way up.
Freeze the bud. Anyway.
There's like two different, like neither way up is good for shoving like essentially a shotgun into your pants.
No.
I'm just a rocker, babe. I don't use guns. Violence isn't punk.
So you can, running around the corner,
Never call me
spinning
babe
around the
again.
corner,
That doesn't suit me.
you can see that racing into, there's one of two options here, and I'm going to see which one he picks. Okay, you can see, Vintner is in the process of running towards the nearer of the two departments just beyond, which is no longer signposted, but which you remember to be the archives. And just beyond it is the administration building. Vintner is screaming. Well, not screaming, but but yelling. Irene, get your ass out here! They're behind me.
Come on, Irene.
We were all thinking it.
So, and yeah, the doorway is already. The doorway slides open. You can actually see both of the doorways are in the process of sliding open as well. The nearer one into what you remember is the archives, Vintner is making a beeline for, but is not yet entered. And I will say is probably about 30 feet from Celestia at this point. And the other one is 60 feet away. And again, the door is in the process of opening. That is, I think, all you can do.
Yeah, I don't think I can do anything other than dashing.
Yeah, you don't really have any bonuses that you can use.
Not what I can think of for Tammy, no.
As Tammy.
Yeah.
Unless you, like... Yeah, no, you haven't really had time to investigate Vintner's phone yet.
I mean, I probably can't have a look because it's just a bonus action.
You can have a look at it as a bonus action.
Can I do that?
Yeah.
I don't imagine I'll get very far, but...
Yep, you bring it up, the lock screen appears. As a bonus action, you can make a guess at Vintner's unlock.
What kind
pattern.
of lock screen is it? Is it pattern 1?
Pattern 1.
Do a little clockwise spiral.
Roll a luck check.
1!
It is not Vintner's pattern.
It's not that predictable. No, only so many things it can be on one of those.
Yeah. Yeah, honestly, like a 4-pin number pad would have been way more secure when I think about it. But
yeah, but we all have the pattern ones. Let's be honest.
Okay, that brings us to Corzin.
Okay. Is he far enough around the corner? I'm going to have to dash after him as well to see where he's gone.
I guess because of the way that the shape of things go, because it's a circle, with 25 feet of movement, you will get to a point where he's going to be. I'll say with 25 feet of movement, you sprint around, and you are able to just see Vintner running towards the opening door, about to get into it, but not yet in it. He is now. He's now like. What is maths? 40 feet from you. You are 10 feet behind Celestia.
Okay.
You cannot see the other door from where you are.
Right, sure.
You can't see the admin door. You can only see the archives door.
Okay, oddly specific question. In his current form now, does he still have kneecaps?
He does still have kneecaps.
Right, I believe I still have a pistol, so let's...
Not for long!
Alright, here we go. First attack. That's not going to hit. Second attack. That might, actually. That is... Oh yeah, it's 22.
Okay. The first shot strikes forwards, and a little plane of force coalesces into being and deflects the bullet, what you recognise as a shield spell.
Cheeky fucker. Okay.
The second, however, manages to angle. It is only partly deflected by the shield and does manage to graze Vintner's flesh. So roll damage.
Rolling the damage. This is 3d6 fire. Okay, that's 8 fire damage with a further 1 for the Slayer's Prey. And
forget that it's
last
fire.
attack.
So in which case the bolts ricochet off the bolt this thing.
Last attack. Okay, that is 19.
Ooh, that one just it strikes the shield head on and just manages to destabilize it enough from the heat to punch through.
Excellent.
So you manage to. You don't do more than grazes, but you hear him yell out in pain as the glancing blows sizzle his flesh.
Excellent. Am I still rolling damage for that one, or is it
Yes.
just narrative?
Yeah,
okay,
roll
right,
that
cool.
one as well, please.
Okay,
taking
that's
narrative
actually
damage.
a lot better. That's 16 fire damage with a further 5 for the Slayer's Prey.
Well done.
Ooh, 21. Okay, yeah, that one was much more effective. You don't manage to kneecap him, but it does go through his through the side of his thigh in a way that leaves an obvious
hobbled.
burn. You see him start to favour his other leg as he's running. He does appear to have been at least somewhat injured by that.
Okay.
Somewhat less kneecap than there was before.
Yes.
I think that's
that's my turn.
So that brings us to actually I think Skatak just managed to roll. Skatak rolled high enough to go next.
Hooray! I would like to hop on my nearest table friend and have all the tables and chairs barrel it down the corridor because they've got 30.
Yes,
I love it.
They've got 30 feet movement. We might as well use theirs instead of mine.
Yeah, fair
Nice.
enough. Uses half your movement to jump onto the table, but the table does itself carry you 30 feet forwards as you continue barreling forwards. So I guess that will take you to, I'm going to say, just behind you, and your table friends end up just behind Corzin. So you are in the same position of being able to see Vintner running into the administrative department, into the archives, but not the other room beyond it, like not the admin door. So you do have a clear bead on Vintner, if nothing else,
Cool.
who is now 50 feet from you.
50 feet.
having
Well.
basically just done a straight runner.
I think if I've got anything useful to hit them with, I will just throw some Eldritch Blasts.
Okay.
Bang.
Pew pew pew!
Bang! And the elf
Oh
is gone.
no! Well, one of them vanished forever and I have no idea what I rolled. The other two were awful, one of them being a 1, the other being a 13. So I'll re-roll the one that vanished into a pile of
That
two
one's
dice.
gone now. We'll never speak of it again.
Oh, it's 15. I'm rolling awful today.
Okay.
No.
Two of the blasts ricochet off Vintner's shield, a magical shield, as it
This dice is
condenses
going out
into
the way.
place. The third one, can I ask you to roll an attack roll, please?
Oh, he's an abjuration wizard, of course.
16.
Fuck.
Tell me, what's your armor class? You're wearing most of Celestia's gear except for
I'm not
the
wearing the coat, am I?
coat, so it'll be
Sorry, I've
one
got,
lower than usual.
I've got the waistcoat, but not the coat. I guess we're assuming. So 15.
Okay, you shoot Tammy in the back. Roll that.
With it's a whole 1.
Oh no!
Like it mostly gets the waistcoat appears.
It's mostly
to eat the
annoying.
majority of it.
This is kind of why I did
You just kind of
Eldritch
feel like
Blast
you got
rather
you
than
go kind of
Firebolt.
like, in the back.
Ow!
Sorry.
Okay, so that I mean, yeah, I guess at that point we're gonna have the first of these happen.
Oh no!
So let me just double check my notes. Got it. Vintner makes it into the archives room, and you see a panicked-looking librarian, you would guess, except they don't look like that. They look like just a hollow, haggard, hollow-eyed, confused-looking hobgoblin. Like, hand him a phone. And as he flicks through the unlock screen, the something shifts and twists in the room behind, and you see descending from a panel in the from a stone panel that slides away in the ceiling. Is what appears to be 3 of those little fire pistols, but essentially just the barrels, not the stocks, on a on a little gimbal, which turn in your direction and fire. Yeah, this is just going to do as an attack.
What is a gimbal?
It's basically like a kind of like a little metal. I want to say almost like a little metal sort of. It's not really a sphere. It's more like a spherical frame that rotates in
like
place.
if you imagine like a handheld camera, the things they use to keep them steady.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like a little
Yes.
mechanical
With a gun
arm.
in it.
Yeah, with
Yeah.
a gun instead of a camera.
I'm on board. Thank you. It's a good word.
It's a lovely word.
Think the smart rifle from Aliens, if you've seen that.
Yeah. Not okay. Corzin is fine. Corzin, the first of the 3 shots goes for what would be chest height on a human, and thus goes straight over your head. However, 2 streams of 2 blasts of fire do impact Tammy and Scamp.
Oh no.
These
I'm
fire
so
damage are halved for both of you, actually.
I'm resistant because it's my waistcoat.
Yeah. So Tammy, you take 4 damage instead of 8. And Scamp, you take 6 damage instead of 13.
Cool.
Then Vintner is actually going to act.
Boo.
Okay, Vintner now has access to a phone again, which gives him a lot more options. He as well as essentially diving for cover, is going to focus on... Ooh, what's the range on this? Yeah, you're in range. Is going to turn his focus on Scamp. And you see him furiously fiddle with the phone.
How far away?
Sorry?
How far away?
He is now 50... Yeah, he's just in the doorway, so 50 feet from you.
Okay. And he's casting.
Yes! You do see him casting.
Can I counterspell it, please?
At what level are you counterspelling?
I don't want to lose all the high slots. I'm just going to check what I would use those slots for. Okay, nothing specific. Fuck it. I'm running low on spells, so I guess it's 6th.
I mean, yeah, then it automatically works. As you feel... as he points the phone in your direction, and you
don't like that.
Feel
No.
like lancers driving into your mind, you reflexively extend your own magic, and a sort of chaotic wave of disruption bursts out of you, shattering the spell. And you actually hear a sort of high-pitched whine and a crack from the phone.
I've broken his screen.
Yes, also roll 2d100, please.
Oh.
Hey.
40 and 63.
Okay, so...
Oh, the numbers sound threatening these
63. You
days.
see
They do.
There are 2 futures. One involves one future is blind and hard to see.
Oh no.
The other feels strangely rejuvenating.
Well, let's have that one.
Okay, roll 2d10,
Really?
please.
7.
You regain 7 hit points.
Hooray!
Hey.
As the surge of magic seems to restore and renew you.
That burn that I just got.
Yes, it in fact restores that specific burn.
But slightly better.
Okay. Well, Vintner, I think, has used all his actions there, so he's going to take cover. Diana runs round the corner, gets into place, and is just going to launch a fucking lightning bolt.
Fair.
He's going to hold into that. Okay. Well, and with rather a bit of effect. Let me just do a basic lightning bolt for her. Okay. Vintner, like, you can just see is hiding behind what appears to be like a sort of heavy steel cabinet of some sort, and Diana doesn't even bother like trying to hit the bit of him that's poking out, trying to aim the phone. She just aims at the cabinet with one hand. Her hair stands on, flies up around her. And with a blast of energy, or the crackle of energy, a blast of lightning just shoots out of her arm.
This is smart people stuff.
Narrowly missing at this point, Tammy. I will
I feel it go past my head.
I think the poor librarian like dives for cover. As she melts a hole in the steel casing, several what look like thick stacks of handwritten notes in it catch fire, and you hear a screech of pain from behind as Vintner drops to the ground. Not fully out of sight, but you definitely feel like that hit. Okay. Oh boy. He's going to get desperate. Alright. At this point, then, the other door that only Tammy can see, and only Tammy is in sight of, finishes opening. And stepping out of it, you can see Tammy, you see a figure like those you left in the previous room, composed of a humanoid figure composed of fields of red force, of like crimson force, with a tiny skull floating in the center of its head, steps out. In addition to the fields of force, this strange, like, force field person is wearing a silver dragon skin coat with a purple interior, carrying a rifled carbine, a revolver, as well as two scimitars, and a blunderbuss, and a phone, which they flick, step forwards, and point straight at you.
At me?
Tammy.
Just for the audio format.
Yeah, straight at you,
you're
Tammy.
looking at me, but...
Tammy, roll a wisdom save.
Oh no. Tammy's not very wise. Tammy's only 9 wise.
Oh no.
What happens to Tammy?
Okay, Tammy.
Goodbye, Tammy.
Feel
I hardly knew you.
lances of pain stab into your brain from multiple angles. And for a moment... Ooh. Oh, okay. Technically, I forgot about this. I think, technically, you might get advantage on this.
Oh, is it elf things?
Yeah, because this is technically a charm effect.
Oh, should I roll again then?
Roll again.
13.
Spikes of pain lance into your mind as you feel your will suborn.
Oh goddamn!
You are conscious of what you feel. You are conscious of your of what's happening, but it's more like your brain. But it's like your body takes over and acts without your full input. It turns out you would have advantage on the save anyway. And you feel a wrathful voice fill your mind as a command is given to you. Turn the blunderbuss on your companions and fire.
Oh no.
And that, and then with the rest of her turn, Irene is going to step forwards, hugging the wall, so that she is still just out of sight of the others, but the moment they step forwards will be
For
a range.
question, literally just of like,
Yeah.
almost like her casting style. Like, what does this feel like? Does it feel like my will is just gone and like replaced with hers, or is it like a horrible sort of angry pain fight?
It's kind of a more of a horrible. There is initially
Just
like
really
a horrible
curious.
angry pain fight as you try as you try to struggle to maintain control of your body, and then you feel yourself lose, and it's like your motor control is just suborned.
Just gone, yeah.
Yeah, you're there, you can just about look around, but even control of, like, your blinking is something you have to fight
It's sort of
for.
like hold person, but doing things. That makes
Yeah,
sense.
it's like hold person, but you're also puppeted.
Yeah, cool. You probably see Tammy, like, do pain sounds and clutch their head and then just stand up like a puppet. Boop. Yeah.
And top of the next round is Tammy,
Oh boy.
Bang!
who immediately...
And the friends are gone.
turns, pulls the blunderbuss out of her trousers, and fires.
Yep.
Everyone, please roll the dex save, except for Tammy.
28.
I will use the tides again now that they're...
What do I roll for a blunderbuss? Is it dex
You
plus
roll
proficiency?
8d8.
I need to move
Oh,
my dice tray
it's
'cause
just
I
a
keep rolling
save from
things
them. I
stupid.
don't. Cool, that makes sense.
Right, reroll that one. 15,
Okay. Oh, and Diana needs
but it did
as
require
well.
tides.
Okay. Ooh, does Diana make that? I think she might. I just need to check. Ooh, narrowly. Oh wait, no, it's DC 14. She just does. Okay, great. So this, so your friends are going to take half damage from this.
Okay, it's a mixture of good and not good. So give me a minute. 10, 16, 18, 19, 21, 25, 32 total.
Okay, you both take. You all take 16 points of cold damage.
Cool.
That's actually a good point. How injured was Victory?
Tammy looks at you with fear behind the eyes.
Yep. Cool. And Victory was already a little injured before this. I'm just making sure I keep her stats up to date as well.
I assume I can't do anything else with my turn.
Let me just check. Unfortunately, no. You are dominated.
I didn't think so, but I thought it was worth asking because I couldn't remember with dominate.
Yeah. It has total. You can specify a simple and general course of action using your telepathic link. If the creature completes the order and doesn't receive further direction, it defends and preserves itself to the best of its ability. But otherwise, it just has control. Okay, skipping on to you also don't move. So beyond that, so Corzin. Tammy's just turned and shot you.
Okay, can I get to Tammy with the amount of movement I have?
Easily, you're only 10 feet away.
Oh, perfect. Right. Going to do that. Going to get within melee range, and immediately going to reach out, grab the side of her leg, and cast protection from evil and good.
Ooh, nice.
You have a new saving throw to make.
Yes.
Oh, I can just do
And I
one.
believe
That's
you
exciting.
have advantage with it. Let me just double check.
Yes, you
that,
would
though.
regardless, because elf.
Yeah.
Yes, you have advantage against any new saving throw against the relevant effect.
Yeah, the advantage was great, but I rolled a 5 and a 10, and that means it's 11.
Which is not enough.
I didn't think it would be.
Not enough to overcome Irene's.
Thank you
save
anyway,
DC.
though.
Okay,
I
from
really
where
appreciate it.
Yeah, no, it's perfectly fine. From where I am now currently, can I see Irene around the corner?
You can, and Irene can see you.
Oh, you just made a big mistake. That is... Actually...
Weirdly, the strange sort of force field avatar that she is does not have any, has no facial features, but you can tell she's grinning.
Okay, I'm gonna point out where she is to the rest of my companions, but that's all I can do this turn.
Especially because she then takes a legendary action and unloads, I think from her range. Yep, is going to unload Dishonor at you.
She's over there!
As she reveals her position by firing a blunderbuss. So I think this is using her normal ability, her stats for this. Guys.
Another dex
yeah,
save, I think. Oh, okay.
No, she's doing it a slug shot.
Right.
Okay, and you take. So I'm just grabbing the dice.
No worries.
You then you take 15 points of percussive damage as the slug impact. The slug kind of like wings you. Like it doesn't do enough, but you feel one of your bones creak.
Yeah.
From the impact.
Corzin's looking visibly injured now.
Yeah.
Still got a lot of fight in him, but visibly injured.
That's the first legendary used for this round. And that brings us to Skatek. Skatek, you can't see where Irene is, but Corzin just pointed that someone's round the corner who then took a shot at him. You can just see where Vintner is hiding / crouching behind the remnants of a steel case.
I mean, I will move up 30 feet on my table for a start.
Yep, the tables fly forwards, which I presumably you rolled concentration.
Yeah. Although I rolled one of lots of the concentration. That one's still fine.
Cool.
So I move the tables up. So now 20 feet away, but I don't want to quite go around the corner just yet. Can I see into the archive room from here?
Yes, you can.
Can I see anything that looks like it's going to be the big machine of awful?
So, glancing into the archive chambers, you can see that this place, whatever it might have looked like, maybe it looked like a brilliant library or some sort of, to you, futuristic records office. Now it looks like racks and racks of steel cabinets and cases filled with handwritten looking sort of journals. But also in the center, what appears to be, a heavy... another of these heavy armoured sort of magical machines. This one with pipes or cables leading into the ceiling and in the ground. And some sort of in a protective sort of dome on the top. What looks like a strange sort of... It's not like a series of... When I say a series of orbs, I almost want you to think like an orrery, like a model of the solar system, kind of spinning round furiously and pointing at the different sort of cables and pipes, receiving flashes of light from one. The individual orbs receive a flash of light from one, twist around to face another cable or pipe and pulse a different light through. So it's somewhere between sort of furiously spinning model solar system and those old-fashioned sorting machines where you put a message into a tube and stick it into a pipe, and it would shoot up through pneumatics to a sorting machine that would then fire it somewhere else.
Orrery or mail tubes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Oh, excellent combination.
What are the shelves like? Do they go out like a star, like the hand motion that I'm making, or are they in rounds?
Out like a star, leading towards the center.
I'm just doing a little map for all our brains.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Sometimes that's nice. And it's my job. I don't know why, but it is, and I enjoy doing it, so I'm doing it.
You can also
You're
see...
chief cartographer of combat.
I am. It's very high quality maps that I make on this podcast.
You can also see what appears to be... you can also make out extending from the ceiling and floor would appear to be a number of essentially small defensive turrets, magical turrets and apparatus, which presumably Vintner has activated.
Cool.
Okay. Does this look like is there a bit that looks like it might be vulnerable to, say, a whole bunch of fire damage?
I mean, like, the room is full of, like, journals.
Yeah, but
broadly
if I
speaking.
wanted to destroy the machine, is there a bit that looks like that's the place to center a big old explosion?
I mean, beyond the sort of shielded sorting bit at the top, like with what looks like, you know, reinforced crystal shielding, the rest of it is essentially armored in metal, like armor. So that would be the obvious weak point. It doesn't look especially weak to fire, any more than, you know, an explosion's any more than anything is weak to explosions.
But it doesn't look like if I threw a fireball at it, it would have no effect.
Like, it would probably do some damage, yes.
Right, I've sent you a map.
You don't know whether it would destroy it in a single blow or not, but...
No. So the question is, what's the most useful thing here? I guess let's start destroying this thing, because that feels like, although giving Celestia the memories back while they're under dominate,
I've got to pull off the band-aid sooner or later.
Yeah.
but not while you could use them against us. If you suddenly get all your magic back
Yeah.
while you're trying to kill us,
True.
so I guess I'll first chuck one round the corner at the new friend who's trying to shoot us.
Okay.
So I'll shoot what I say, new friend, not a new friend, and it's not friend. I will do a fireball at Irene, I guess.
Okay.
Putting it a little bit like behind, so there's
Sure.
not
So it doesn't...
fireball in a tight corridor.
I mean, regardless,
Always a fun
it is a
thing.
fireball in a tight corridor, but you're pretty experienced, or at least you remember being experienced at
Someone
at
is,
aiming
and I don't
these.
have quite enough connection to that person to feel like the consequences were real right now.
But you certainly,
This is fine.
your body certainly recalls how to angle a fireball so it doesn't quite hit you. And yeah, you cause a searing blast of heat and flame to burst into existence. Please roll damage.
Let's roll some dice.
We'll do the "this is fine" dog fire gif.
With extra fire.
20. 30 damage.
Okay. So with the Irene
pen, I
brings
That
up
sloughed off
the dragon skin coat kind of in front of what she kind of sort of perceives to be her vitals, which in essence is Rosie does, mostly just
Wrong kind of dragon.
wrong kind of dragon, but it is still a coat of dragon skin.
It's still going to do something, but it's still fun that it's the wrong kind of
Yeah,
dragon.
and so so the blast impacts her, and you see some of the force fields that make her up kind of flicker for a moment, as if partly destabilizing, and they continue to like flicker and twist and shift in places, as if she's sustained some sort of significant and lasting damage from this, but she's very much still in the fight.
Is she concentrating?
Now that is an excellent question, because yes, that does that is something I need to roll against, and it's versus the damage, isn't it? Yeah. Okay, yeah. While she can effectively laugh this off, and you can kind of hear a voice going, "That's barely touched me." There's a cracking sort of sound as the phone, however, is not so resistant.
Weirdly enough, was not about you.
To the damage.
Not everything's about you.
And the phone effectively loses concentration as the program is not able, is interrupted enough that Tammy, you feel the painful lances of control shatter and dissolve, and control regained by your body.
Oh, that sucked. No thanks. I turn round. I don't move, I just turn the other way.
Yep.
Okay.
Because I didn't want to have to bash you with a table next.
Oh,
That would have been bad.
Valid, though.
Right. As a... Okay, using up 2 legendary actions to activate this. Vintner, on his turn, runs towards the kind of points his phone at the center of the room, and you see a series of bluish force fields begin to rise up around the sorting machine. Kind of at the center of the thing.
Should have gone for the thing.
As they are kind of coming up and starting to bring close this sort of shielded fortification, he makes for it, but before he does, you see him turn and look at you all with just the most disdain. He stands up and it's interesting. He looks pretty fucking horrifically burned by the lightning strike. You can see where it got his side, and there's burned and charred flesh, and a hole in the side of him. And in that hole, you can see flickering, unstable looking planes of golden light.
Ooh.
That you can just faintly see through. The interior of him is hollow, wrapped in flesh.
Fun.
And he looks at you, he turns and looks at you with such disdain.
Excuse me.
Hundreds of years. And I finally meet someone who forces me to waste this. His eyes flare with purple light. The golden, sort of planes of light on his side begin to twist purple as well. He rises slightly off the ground and tilts back his head and lets out a deafening scream that reverberates again and again and again. In all of your ears, you see, unfortunately, Celestia is the only one who's had a phantasmal killer done on them before. And therefore is the only one who, had she access to her memories, would have anything similar to this to draw on. You feel the worst moments of your lives. In Tammy's case, the worst moments of your fake life play out in front of you, around you, simultaneously. Every worst moment you've ever been through happens in full compressed into an instant. I need everybody to make an intelligence saving throw, please.
Jesus.
Roll for hashtag. Oh God! That dice is going in the bin.
I'm in trouble. Okay, no, actually.
10.
Okay. Intelligence save 19. Yeah, 19.
7. Have I rolled a save above 10 today, lads?
Oh, hang on a second. You still got some protection from evil and good on you, so
do you have advantage?
Ooh,
against that.
again.
Yes.
Yeah.
11.
Okay.
It was like, the
better,
dice was
but-
like, you wanted one above 10, did you? Fuck.
On the off
Yeah.
chance that
Yeah.
this is a thing,
That was rude.
because I know that there was one object in this game that actually granted resistance to psychic damage, but you gave it, but you didn't keep Quillena's whip. So,
No.
is anyone resistant to psychic damage?
No.
Nope.
No.
Okay,
Bye.
Scamp, you make the save.
Okay.
You take 25 psychic damage.
Fuck me. Oh, wow.
Corzin,
We're in trouble.
Yep.
Tammy, you
we
both
just-
take 50
just dead?
psychic
Is that what's
damage,
happening here?
and if you are still up, are
Yep.
stunned.
Okay.
I think Tammy properly, like, screams and bends over and bleeds from the eyeballs and nose and stuff.
Yeah, that's kind of the stunning effect going on. Like, you're just,
Head clutching.
yeah, on the ground, clutching your head, screaming.
I am in
Okay,
not so
Coulson
big
is not
single
good.
figures. So Tammy does not
Yeah.
look well at this point. Yeah. I'm not going to do.
Nothing's
I'm not going to do the
Coulson.
metagaming where we say what the numbers are, but like,
But, like,
Yeah.
it
yeah,
looks bad.
you are looking
I mean-
bad.
If I'd not saved, I'd be down.
Yeah.
I'm not. I'm in a very similar position.
Oh, that's a good point. Quick check for... Yeah,
Nobody's looking well.
Diana, in fact, screams, clutches her head, blood leaks from her eyes, ears, and nose. Unfortunately, it's not such enough damage to instantly kill her, so her head doesn't explode. But her eyes roll back and she crumples to the ground. So she is out and on death save time.
Oof.
Okay, so that and then Vintner
Things are bad.
sprints into the force field as it closes around him, giving him,
God damn it.
placing him in its protective aegis. Okay. Diana rolls a death save. Okay. Irene actually acts next. Yeah, so by the way, while stunned, you you can speak only falteringly. You cannot move, and you cannot take actions or reactions.
Cool.
Yep.
Also, attack rolls against you have advantage, and you automatically fail strength and dex saves. You will get to make a save at the end of your turns.
Just
Right.
getting it in my brain. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, he's only got one of those, and he can never get them back. So,
Good.
yeah, and he's
We
on
would-
death's door.
We would all
He's
die. if
visibly
we
on
didn't-
death's door. This is the time for him to use it.
Yep.
We're all on death's door.
And Death is going to step in and take advantage of that. So, the good news is that the good news for Corzin, for Corzin and Tammy, is that Irene is a spiteful, vindictive fuck. So she is going to step forwards and just unload with first with a shot from Dishonor, and then stepping in, drawing Death and Riptide, and just and take 2 slashes at Scamp. So it's basically 3 attacks. What's your armor class at the moment?
12.
Hit. Miss.
I don't think you need to roll more than one.
Miss. Well, let's find out what the
Damages.
yeah, what the damage is like.
You might, there's a chance that won't go down.
No. That's do you have more than 24 hit points?
No, I've got 10.
Okay. She unleashes a barrage of brutal attacks, shooting Scamp off the table and then driving the 2 blades into Scamp's shoulders, pinning them into the wall.
That's horrific.
Scatak, you feel as the pain overwhelms you, yourself lose consciousness. The tables drop to the ground. Tammy, roll an intelligence save, please. Also Corzin.
I hate all.
Okay.
Oh, do I still have advantage from
You
your-
do.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not that it'll fucking help. 10. Ah.
15.
Okay, neither.
Just mocking me at this point. I use different dice and everything.
Neither of those work. However, Corzin, you have your healing potions on you?
I do.
All 3 of you, please make a luck check.
Okay.
1.
13.
12.
Okay.
I've rolled so many 1s tonight. Some of them have been when I've had advantage at least, but even so, they just keep popping up.
Alright. Tammy, you rolled highest. So, there is someone here who Vintner didn't even think to attack.
Like, where?
As Irene is just focused on twisting the blades in Scamp's shoulders, Shanti scurries forth from where she's been hiding around the corner, grabs one of the healing potions from Corzin's belt, uncorks it, and just sort of unsure exactly where to apply it, just sort of splashes it over Tammy's face and down her into her mouth.
Oh, she's gonna do it to me. Okay.
Yeah,
cool.
you rolled highest on luck.
Cool. Yeah. Cool.
Had to happen. Shanti rolled.
God damn it, Shanti! There are people unconscious.
That's actually a good point. No, you're right. Shanti would
Look
go.
at sweet, but
No, yeah, sorry. No, she'd go for one of the unconscious people. Scamp rolled a 1, though.
Yeah, I did roll a 1.
Okay, well, fuck it. For the purposes of narrative.
But I mean,
I'm going.
Victory's unconscious as well.
Yeah, well,
Yeah,
for the
that's
purposes
true.
of narrative, then, because you are basically all out of it at this point, I will say that that the in addition to the 8 hit points you get back, Tammy, it gives you this momentary act of friendship gives you just enough resolve to overcome the stun effect.
oh, thank
So you will be able to act again at the start of the next round.
you. Cool.
You are you feel after doing this, Shanti immediately dives, looking at everything going on, is just scurries back away, and as Irene kind of pulls the blades out of Scamp. Actually, no. Irene's going to leave the blades in fucking Scamp's shoulders. But she does start turning around. Shanti looks around, panics, and just plays dead. Hits the ground and plays dead.
She's smart.
Is anyone in a position who's conscious to see what Vintner is doing? Yes.
Potentially?
Yes. Corzin, you're fucking, like, out of it from, like, the cascade.
I can see through all of my eyes still.
Yeah, and they have not helped your, like, horrifying psychic overload in the slightest. But you are able to perceive through just the horror, like, the mind-numbing shock. Vintner pull open the top of the sort of sorting machine and kind of plug his phone into it, doing something to the device itself. The effect of this is not immediately apparent, but will come into play in the following round. Okay. Irene, meanwhile, is going to turn on you, and actually, I'm going to give you the option to talk. She's going to say, and like she has no mouth to move, but you hear her voice, sort of synthesized speak. Now. What would you prefer? Shall I kill you with your own gun? Or shall I make you kill your friend? I'd say...
Corzin is going to falteringly say... Make sure you get it the right fucking way round.
Oh! Okay, Irene, like, doesn't have eyes to light up, but you see red flares in the tiny skull sockets.
There is absolutely no way I'm letting anyone else get killed over me.
Okay, yeah, with an extra level of spite, she turns the blunderbuss round, grips it by the barrel, and proceeds to strike down at you with the stock as a bludgeoning weapon.
Alright.
She still does her standard damage if she hits. But yeah, no, she's in fucking spite mode. So, 1 hit... 2 hit. 3 hit.
I suppose, yeah, they automatically hit, don't they?
No, she just has advantage because you're stunned.
Ah, right, yeah.
How many hit points have you got?
11.
Okay.
We are so...
Bye.
The first hit, Tammy, you see out of the corner of your eye, the first hit strikes Corzin across the temple, and he goes down like a sack of potatoes. The second, she then raises it up and brings it down twice, and you hear ribs cracking each time.
How many death saves is that?
So, Corzin, you at this moment are on 2 failed death saves.
Cool.
Jesus.
Okay.
Scamp has not yet failed any death saves, right?
Scamp has not yet had to roll death
No.
saves.
Yeah.
No.
Just prioritising.
Oh, yeah, no, fair.
That's actually a good point. I should have made Scamp roll death save at the end of their turn, though. So
I don't think they've had a turn since they went down.
no,
They went down.
They went
and then
down.
I don't think...
Then it was Tammy, Corzin, Shanty acted at the same time as Scamp. So, Scamp, can you roll me a death save, please? Because I have rolled one
Sure.
for Diana. Remember.
Fail.
Okay, so one fail.
God.
All right.
I really need healing word back. I don't have it. Yeah.
We
Okay,
need to break that machine in the archive.
Tammy,
Well, if it's even the right one, it might not be.
Right now, your things immediately around you. So first of all, you have your mind back. You don't have your mind back, but you have your senses
I can
back.
do things, yes.
You can do things. You can move through.
It was
the
very kind,
confusion
by the
of
way. Thank you.
So immediately around you, you can see Skatak is pinned to the wall by two blades, basically next to you. A series of tables have hit the ground, have dropped to the ground. You can see Irene is standing over Corzin, whose belt of healing potions is in sight. You can also see that amidst all the chaos, Irene's phone is on the ground, unlocked, with what appears to be a series, appears to be a menu on it in a fashion of the kind of like your like a contacts menu, but you can see spell names next to icons.
Cool.
You also have weapons you were carrying, and you can see that weird staff that Scamp hit touched to someone and it healed them, dangling off Scamp's, Skatak's belt.
There is absolutely no way I can heal someone on a bonus action here, is there? I'm literally just checking because I can't think of any.
Roll a perception check. Free action.
Okay. Sorry, I've literally forgotten what my perception is. That's a dirty 20.
Dirty 20 will do it. You can see half visible, on the top of the screen, next to... one moment, I'm just going to grab these specifically. I'm just going to check, just look at this for a moment. You can see just on the screen. Sorry, I'm looking for the exact things. There we go. Underneath, just above what appears to be a little series marked silent image, long stride, hideous laughter, heroism. You can just see the bottom of something which seems to read Ealing Ord.
Tammy knows some shit, right?
Tammy knows some shit.
Tammy knows enough shit to get that. Because there's magic on phones in this world, so that's plausible. Mm-hmm. You would know what the spell names are a little bit, at least.
Or at least, and enough to guess what that first letter means.
Okay. Mm-hmm. I might go and press that and heal Corzin and then see where we're at after that.
Okay, you grab the you reach out, grab the phone, scroll down, point at Corzin and tap the app. This one doesn't seem to be terribly involved in activating, but something works, and a flicker of sort of bluish light sprays out of the end with a sort of musical ding 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 sound. And it barely seems to do anything, but you see Corzin's eyes flutter open as Irene has the blunderbuss raised for a death stroke.
Is it the same as it would usually be?
Yeah.
So that is 8. 8 points.
8 hit points.
Yep.
I'll take it.
Yeah. Through the phones, they're always cast at their base level.
Sorry, Bob. He was on one more death save than you, and I was worried.
Yeah.
She was gonna execute
absolutely.
Him, so,
and the turn is before mine.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Exactly. On that note, I have just got our healer up. So I am going to consider all the options for my actual action.
Does our healer have any
So,
spells left?
since I think the general rule is that if you cast a spell with your bonus, you can only cast a cantrip with an action. You can see based on the list of spells connected. If you scroll upwards, there are a small number of things that look like you could just on the screen in front of you that look like they might do some sort of damage.
Or I could unload my blunderbuss.
Or you could use your damn
any
gun.
bit of the machine that looks like it might break it. Is there a particularly breaky looking bit? Or is it all very force fieldy?
So right now, the really exposed and obvious breaky bit is the bit that Vintner has his phone plunged into.
Can I?
But the problem is the force field is like surrounding the whole thing. So the only thing you could really attack at this point is the force field, if you were going for that.
How bad is our angry friend looking?
Angry Friend is flickering at the edges, but she's already taken quite a lot of damage thus far, and it's not dropped her.
Is there a position I
88
can
gold's a lot.
move into where I could hit both the force field and her? Like, is she at all in line with it? If not, like, obviously it's a 30-foot cone.
30-foot cone. Thinking about where the force field is in the room. Sorry, literally just based on the position of.
Oh yeah, your decision.
Corzin. She's moved forward to get Corzin. You can just hit the edge of the force field. If you you will need to basically jump right in front of her, where Corzin, like as if you were going to, you were going to take the blow for Corzin, and open the blunderbuss into her chest.
I think I will do that.
It.
Yeah.
Do it.
Because weirdly, for Tammy, that's less gruesome than killing a person with fleshy bits, so I feel like that's plausible.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, roll damage, please.
10, 20, 30, 33.
Okay, and I guess the force field, I'll just roll and have a modifier of 0, because it's not, the force field itself is like static, but it has like a certain amount of resistance. So yeah, okay. You open the shot at point blank range through where Irene's chest would be if she had one. But even in the moment where she's like in this moment, as you see her, as she sees you come in, her reactions are enough that she instinctively adjusts, and it's you. The cone of ice shards goes straight through her center, and I'm gonna say will necessarily tear some small holes in the back of of your coat. So nothing that
Well, the fighty when we get back.
That fighty, or even like a bit of an improved mending ritual won't fix, but it does leave some ragged holes in the back, and the spray fires through. It kind of creates a hole in her force in the red fields of force that make her up, which then seal back up. They continue the area you've damaged continues to flicker as if it's got partial cohesion now, but the rest of her is still fairly intact. You've not much significantly wounded her. It seems like she managed to resist the worst of that. Mm-hmm. However, the shards that pass through do impact the force field, and you realize that the panels of the force field are still panels, and the central one that you strike flickers almost out of existence for a moment and then back in, but is now flickering erratically. You've damaged that panel in at least a fairly significant way. That's the end of your round.
It is.
Corzin.
Okay. Corzin is going to
You can't.
drag himself. Oh,
I was going to say, yeah, you see all this as your eyes flicker open, and you see what's happening there, kind of between Irene's like force fieldy legs.
Okay. He is going to drag himself over to where Scamp Thack is, and
Horrible throws.
Hold on.
is this possible?
It's possible. I'm warning you that will take you out of Irene's threat area, and she would get an attack of opportunity.
Okay. I have a thing then. I can do like I have the ability to do an action and a bonus action, correct?
Yes.
Right. Bonus action. Sorry, this is going to be a bit technical. Tammy is like the same size physically as Celestia, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
Medium-sized creature.
Ergo, I can, with difficulty, but I can, hide behind her. I'm going to use Vanish as a bonus action. And then I'm going to move and get over there.
You just like to stand up really straight, so you're like behind one of Tammy's legs.
Exactly. That is exactly what I'm
that's so
doing.
Honestly, it's much easier than that. Tammy's like literally right in the line of sight. Is like standing right over you in Irene's line of sight. You just like roll backwards a moment so that the bulk of Tammy's body is blocking you.
Yep, I used the hide action.
Yeah.
Do you want me to roll a stealth?
Yes, please.
Sure.
Because you've got to bypass Irene's passive perception.
Okay, that is that's a 9. Better than nothing, but in any case,
Okay.
I have done that. I am now moving towards where Scamp is.
Okay.
And if I get there, I'm going to cast Cure Wounds at 3rd level.
Irene's got really bad wisdom.
Oh, goody!
Or at least really bad perception at any rate. So yes, you do successfully... successfully
Okay,
make
just gotta
that.
make sure I know what this is. Right, okay, yeah. Okay, Scamp, you regain 18 hit points.
And more importantly, consciousness.
Yes!
Thank you.
Okay. You come to, I assume like you've slid down the wall, so you're kind of like in a sitting position. You come to find a small halfling just kind of like holding onto your ankle.
Yeah,
Okay, we're
you also,
pinched to the wall.
You also find, you also see both of your swords.
Wait, hang on, I was going to say, did she leave the swords pinned,
Yes.
pinning them to the wall? Okay, I'm gonna fucking take those out then.
Yeah,
Shit,
as
yes.
you kind of like pull the you reach over, pull the swords out, and then secure, and then grab Scamp's ankle. So Scamp, you like flop to the ground as you heal and wake up.
No, it'd be literally pull them out, let them go immediately, grab them just sort of underneath the arms then, and hold them there.
Yeah, you come to with 2 less swords in you and several more hit points.
Come on, come back.
You also, which you presumably whisper based on the fact that Irene, in this instant, has not yet noticed that you're not behind.
Yeah, no, it is like a really intense whisper.
Yeah, Skatak, you regain consciousness in time to see the to see what's going on around you. So this is the not plateau. What's the word I'm looking for? The tableau. As your consciousness regains, a halfling with sort of is holding you up with one hand, two swords kind of grip, swords stained with your blood, gripped in the other, while a weird force field, crimson force field entity with a tiny skull floating in its head, has a reverse blunderbuss raised, about to beat the living shit out of Tammy. Behind both of and through the door, you can see a flickering central panel of a force field, while Dr. Vintner, phone plugged into the machine, is in the process of turning the phone to point towards you.
Ooh,
It's your turn.
okay.
Ah!
How far away is the central panel from the door of the room?
Based on what I've said with everything happening before.
I've forgotten the numbers.
You are basically at this stage. You're about 30 feet from...
Not where I am. I just want to know whether that panel is from the door and the flickery awful.
Like 20 feet from the door.
Okay. Is there anyone that I care about between the skull awful Irene and the flickery panel?
Between Skull Awful and Irene, like in a straight line?
Basically, if I put a fireball in the middle of it, can I get them both without getting us? If I center it far enough back.
A fireball you could not. Because a fireball... Irene is close enough to you, and you are essentially behind Irene right now, because Irene went off to kill Corzin and then Celestia. So that's kind of been so that would not be possible. It is possible to target a fireball at the flickering panel without it impacting, without it leaving the room.
Okay. I'm just checking a thing. Dooba-doo. And I don't really have any potions on me. Do I have any potions on me? It takes an action. Oh, well, no, actually, that would be alright. Oh, there's so many, though.
You have the, I think you got the healing stick back.
7.
And I think
I can't cast a spell. I don't have...
No, didn't you, Corzin, didn't you give everyone a potion at the end of last
Did you
time?
give everyone a potion?
I think you did. You had time for it.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
I did.
So you have
I
one
just
potion.
reviewed it.
I've got on this other page that could have been from a year ago, or could have been from last week, because I'm terrible with my notes. It says healing potion ×4. Don't remember when that was from.
Oh,
really
wow.
useful past
You have
me.
at least one.
Yeah, you have at least one.
Okay. Then I will quicken a fireball at the flickery panel, and I will shove a potion down not Victory's face. That is Victory's face now, it's just that I don't remember if I know the names.
That is fair enough. Okay, so you're flicking a fireball at the panel. Roll damage, please.
I'm just having a look at what spell slots I have left here, because it might have to be obscenely large. I do have a couple of the lower ones, but I need them. But at this point also, maybe we just need to do a bunch of damage.
Wouldn't hurt.
So I guess
I mean,
maybe
we
it's a
absolutely
7th
would,
level.
but the right people.
Because I'm short on shit, so it's a 7th level fireball.
Okay.
So I am going to use the dice roller.
A
12d6.
Yeah.
screaming pea of orange light.
Where am I? Actually, 12d6.
Screaming
It sounds
pea
more
is a
fun to
good
do it.
image.
You might be waiting while I count, but I want to roll some dice.
Do it.
That's fun.
It's worth it. It's worth the wait. Come on.
Yeah. And
You know what, I'll roll 6d6 twice.
Okay.
I'll be here finding d6s forever.
and careens into the distant. It careens into the thing. Apparently,
40.
40.
Whoa, nice.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah.
Which means... Sorry, I'm just doing a little bit of...
Actually, not fantastic as a roll, but not bad.
No, but... Oh. That just about does it. Okay. With a there we go.
Ah, it's back! Yay!
Oh! Sirenscape just decided no music for a while.
Jason's been having a silent battle for the last few minutes. It's actually been very impressive, if I'm honest.
So,
Aww.
with a screaming, with a scream, the P of light sears forwards and erupts against the flickering central panel. As the blast of force and flame erupts from it, combined with the damage already done to the force field by the blunderbuss, the damage is enough to shatter the plane of light. It also immediately incinerates countless records and possibly decades or more of collected magical knowledge.
Well, he shouldn't have been
and
stupid in the middle of the
experimentation.
library if he didn't want his stuff burned, should he?
At least in
Yeah.
this library.
We're good at burning libraries, it turns out,
Yep.
unfortunately.
Yeah, we suck.
Yeah,
We have
you-
past form. Also, Scathak doesn't understand enough. Like, knowing the story of it and feeling it emotionally, those are different things.
Yep.
You will never know how much you could have advanced the technology of the Calcinea
We
by
suck.
retrieving the information in this archive.
I've seen the technology in this place and I don't want it, thank you very much.
What's the phone? Phones are stupid.
And fortunately, as you embrace
The little boxes that scream at you. Absolutely
embracing
not.
your inner Luddite, you are rewarded as the blast of flame continues into the protected machine, striking the now exposed workings in the center, because of course the dome had to come up to plug the phone in. And also striking Dr. Vintner with a scream of shock, pain, and outrage. You see the last of his flesh burn away, and for a moment, a sort of humanoid outline of golden planes of light flickers in existence before rupturing. Tammy and Corzin, you see something, flickers of like golden light, in a way that Corzin, you distinctly reminds you of Marjorie, burst into the air before dispersing. And actually, Tammy, this reminds you of like a pigeon, and as the machine screams to a halt,
okay.
the parts of it breaking, you feel the web of memories that makes you up crumble and come apart at the seams. Everything you think you knew about your existence, everything except the certainty of who you are, comes undone.
Yeah, I defy any human being ever to get through this without it being a panic attack. 'Cause that's what happens.
As like your memories of everything, your rich asshole father, your desire, like your attempt to your rebellion to go off and be a musician,
Snorting things in the loos with Tammy. It's all gone.
like whole sections of your life vanish and are replaced by something that doesn't repeat, a history that doesn't so much repeat as rhyme. Like an asshole mother running away still to become, running away not from a life as a politician, but no, a different life in the army, an army, to become a musician.
Oh no! All of Celestia's memories back. At the
Celestia's
speed of...
memories are flooding back to fill the space.
Oh, that's
where
really
Tammy's
bad.
memories are going. But you still have the identity of Tammy. But you can't access those memories anymore.
I've forgotten Tammy's life.
You know that you could remember it. You remember remembering Tammy's life, but the memories themselves are gone.
Yeah, giant panic attack. Ball on the floor. Like, just sits on the floor, knees up.
And at this point, Dr. Vintner doesn't have a turn.
Bye.
And instead you see, I think that ends Skatak's turn. You're the only one who's immediately...
Oh, do I need to roll the stuff for victory? I'm feeding a potion to victory. What was the... with my action? Because that was a bonus action.
Shit, yeah, because you can speed stuff. Just roll 2d4 plus 2, please.
6.
Okay. Victory / Diana, as eyes flicker open, and with a terrible scream, she doesn't even bother standing up. She flies into the air as magic discharges from her, and she is magic discharges from her, going straight directly above. This is really annoying because of who it is. Directly, but she kind of dedicates to a specific element. So here it goes, directly above Irene, and extends both her arms. Extends both her arms, and a massive bolt of lightning punches through the air and straight into Irene's chest. It's a real shame that Irene is as resistant to lightning from the thing as she is, but from the coat, that becomes, it's plus d6 per extra level, isn't it?
An extra d6 per level higher than 3.
Awesome. In which case, then, with a terrible scream, she unleashes a massive bolt of lightning into Irene's chest, which, astonishingly, but honestly mostly due to the lightning resistance, is still not quite enough to completely destabilize her.
Mm-hmm.
On the bright side, though, with the blast of lightning does cause parts of her to begin flashing on and off like a friggin' Christmas tree. Light. You see the coat sort of sag in places and then puff back up as arms vanish and then redevelop back into existence.
Gets all noodly for a second.
Yeah. Irene, now in her own rage, is going to draw your revolver and fire it at Corzin, and fire it at... No, I think it's got to be Diana, because...
given what's just happened.
But the fact that she's driven by spite. Diana, by the way, basically lands right next to Irene after the after the bolt. So the first shot absolutely impacts, and I'm like, unless there is a damned miracle from this, so the first shot, she just turns and shoots Diana straight in the chest, who screams, and as she is passing, and as she falls backwards, a blast of thunder echoes out from the point where she's been shot. And blasts Irene backwards into the opposite wall.
Hellish Rebuke?
Not even that, although that would be good. No, this is Victory's ability to just deal a straight 14 points of thunder or lightning damage.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
When hit close enough to be melee.
Storm sorcerers are cool.
Yeah, that was it wasn't a suggestion. I was just asking.
Curious what it was. Yeah.
She does, however, slump to the ground at this point, unconscious again.
Okay.
And bleeding out, and erratic, and with her increasingly erratic form, Irene is going to turn the gun on. Yeah, he's looking weak, and it's looking like Corzin. And take 2 shots at him. Okay. 12 won't hit Corzin, will it?
Nope.
Okay, the first of which misses as you dive to the ground, and the second of which there's a horrible moment as screeching, you hear her call out, "I will be revenged upon the whole pack of you!" The gun jams, clicks, and then explodes backwards,
Amazing.
shattering the revolver. For the moment, at least,
he's not going to be happy about that.
For the moment, at least, that it is unusable. But the the flying piece of lead, the fragments of revolver, smash through her body with enough force that the fields making her up completely destabilize, and she drops and the tiny skull in the center of her drops to the ground amidst the remainder of Corzin's weapons and Celestia's coat. Oof. Death, Dishonor, Riptide, the rifled carbine, the now broken revolver, and the silver dragon skin coat have been retrieved.
Okay. I'm going to drape the coat around Celestia the second I get the opportunity.
That's a very kind thing to do.
And,
ball, hands over head.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that is the end of combat. You have a moment. There's just a moment where you are all left raggedly breathing. Shanti, picks herself up, looks at Diana. Has anyone got another of those? Got another of those potions?
Here, now, go.
She sound different.
I thought. No, that's just me forgetting how to do the accent.
Oh, fair.
That wouldn't change on this. but she definitely
Oh.
Shanti.
I was trying to work
There
out
we
what I
go.
was doing with my
Yeah,
voice,
sorry.
but yeah, it's still my identity is still
as
Tammy.
well,
So it'll
she,
still be
she
Tammy.
takes it and like force feeds it to Diana, who swallows it. Her eyes.
I guess it depends what makes an accent. Like, I've not been doing Scatak's accent because Scamp's memories don't know what it is.
Fair.
I've been, yeah. I mean, it's up to you. I've kind
And
of
I was
been
always
running
aware
off
of my
the
body as my
identities
body,
given you your
so-
accent, but
Ooh. Do I have memories of both though, of talking like both people? That's interesting.
you.
Oh, do you? Or
you
yeah, what? How
remember
much of
talking like
Tammy's?
Celestia,
Yeah.
but your instinct is to talk like Tammy.
Okay. So
By sheer coincidence, Scatak has the same accent.
I'm
as
gonna
Scat.
just think of that and see what happens. We'll, fiddle
Yeah.
with it. But I'm not talking right now. Don't think she's there yet.
You know what? Isn't this moment of silence rolls, apart from the distant crackling of burning books? I think we might want to come back after these, no doubt important, messages.
So, does anyone remember anything at all? Anyone got one of those screaming window thingies? Does anybody look the same as they did 5 minutes ago? Does anyone have a name they're still fairly certain is them? Look, can everyone just calm down? We can't all be fake real people.
And welcome back. As you kind of take a moment to realise that the fight is over, hearing the crackling of journals burning, the last painful groans of the machine as it fails, you find yourself staring around at everything that's left, which unfortunately does not include the poor librarian in the room, because Fireball.
Yeah, I felt bad about that, but
Right, cool.
yeah,
The
this person's too disconnected from their own memories right now to actually care. So, Scamp will
Yeah.
care later.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Tammy, it sounds like, is just sort of in silence right now.
Yeah. Slowly trying to de-escalate the massive panic attack that I think anyone would have in this situation.
And indeed, you
But
see...
also somebody remembering all of Celestia's memories in one go. That's no
That's a
fucking
lot.
joke, is it?
Yeah.
Let's be real.
around, you can see a very similar reaction from a very, very similar reaction from Shanti, who's just like holding her head and staring, her eyes flickering around panikedly, and a very confused looking monkey in the distance.
Oh, I was wondering where Jeffrey had got to, but I didn't want to bring Jeffrey into the terrible death fight, so I didn't say it out loud.
Fair ballad.
Yeah, like Jeffrey.
But now I'm
kind of-
also wondering where Friend is, because that's the next question.
Well, there were a
friend
couple
was-
of skulls.
Oh yeah, Friend was in that last room previously, but now we'll have memories again. So that's the thing to go find.
Diana, as
How
you're
much
kind of
Friend
like
remembers.
bit mulling out, thinking about this, Diana kind of picks herself up, steps forward. You see her reach out and place her hand over the silver skull, gripping it tightly and glaring down at it with her one functional eye. Fortunately, it seems that that beneath the illusion, she did keep the eye patch. Well, Seems like we've got 2 places left we can go.
Yeah. But maybe we want to have a little sit down first. Just catch our breath.
Well, you
Yeah.
tell me, do you think we have that much time?
I'm genuinely
don't
going to
know.
listen to see if I can hear like the sound of hurrying footsteps or anything
Yes.
ancillary to us.
You can hear
Hurry
the
up.
entire facility is full of screaming, panicking people running around in chaos. You don't know
Well,
how
when you put it
mu-
like that.
You don't, like, right, you are in a little bubble of calm because anyone who was here ran from the fighting. But there are still people here. There is definitely still chaos and screaming running around in the background. You don't know... You know you've killed a lot of the security forces. You don't know what other forces are coming, anything like that. You just know that you have, like, in this minute, an island of calm. You don't know if... You certainly do not know if you have an hour to sit.
Yeah.
Oh, I was not even just long enough to stop the people on the floor having a panic attack.
Yeah,
But it doesn't sound like we've even got that much. So
stood next
Theatre
to
your
them.
way through a lot in these situations. Let's be real.
Right, we need to move then.
Yeah, he's just going to say gently, "Are you able to stand?"
Yeah, let's...
Right.
Yeah, everything's... Let's go.
On fire.
Great.
He will help them. Yeah.
Like, really, some weird shit going on behind the eyes. But
Yeah.
gets up in a very strange state.
Yeah, Diana reaches down and kind of with like makes eye contact with a slightly with a panic looking Chanterelle, and then reaches down and helps her up and sort of sort of frog marches her forwards.
I want to link arms with Shanty.
Shanty like holds onto you like for dear life.
Come on, Shanty babe, let's go.
Okay. Yeah.
I don't know if I want to be this person. This is much worse.
Just the one, huh?
What?
How many people's memories have you got?
I'm me. I'm Shanty. You know, I came here to study politics and parliamentary studies.
Yeah.
I know that.
Well,
Shanty
who
and
else have you
Tammy,
been?
Yeah, I like songwing music. You know, I'm a big fan of hip hop. But I remember that, and I remember fighting in a war, and I remember working on a ship, and working in a theatre, and growing up in a boarding school, and growing up in the woods, and surviving in a jungle, and living in some sort of tank under the water, and I remember being a child, and then a different child, and then a different teenager, and I feel like my whole life, every few months, everything's changed again and again. And I remember living all these lives and being all these different people. I'm Shanty.
Yeah, you're Shanty.
Yep. Good
You
enough
are.
for now.
Shanty and Tammy will do for the moment, right?
Yeah.
They're a bit easier, aren't they? Let's do that. Come on, babe.
Yeah. I remember waking up and knowing you were my friend.
Yeah, yep.
Can't
Let's focus on that.
can't remember. I can't remember the time before today. with you. Let's focus on that.
Yeah. Come on, babe.
Let's focus on the now.
Let's go.
So, which direction would you like to head in? You've got two choices at this point. You can go on to administration or back to the particle accelerator.
Just go for the big one.
I mean, the middle is my instinct, yeah.
Yeah.
It feels like the fucking time, doesn't it? Like,
Yeah.
I don't know if we've got time to fuck about in admin.
Okay, you head back.
Like, we might get our names back in a little bit or something, but let's go for the big one.
You pick up the all right. You head back to the you turn back and head back down the corridor where you can see two figures made of blue force fields standing there. One of them is holding a case that they've opened up, that they seem to have broken open, inside which you can see what looks like a folded piece of cloth, of dark cloth woven from shadows, a sort of jumpsuit of iridescent sort of silk, and
Oh, cool.
apparently what appears to be a mummified severed hand on
Hey, it's my
another
hand.
bowl. Yeah.
That's where that had gone.
I was looking for that.
The
Give us a hand.
one of the two figures
Oh, I need to sit down.
one of the two figures says one of them says, yeah, always here to give a helping hand.
Oh,
Like a little
Hi,
bit of
sweetie.
crying comes out with the laughing.
I seem to remember these are yours, says the other
hi,
one.
friend.
Am I a friend?
I'm still real confused. But you're friend, right?
I seem to remember being a friend to someone who looks like you. I also, it doesn't match up to who I know I am, but I think but it's very clear that something very wrong has been going on here for a very long time.
Yeah, I'll say so.
Yeah, I think we can all agree on that.
You turn and press the black fob to the door
Why am I this nervous?
with a
Could it be the single figure hit points?
Yeah. Oh, actually, no. I'm in double figures. Look at me go.
I'm in double, to be fair, but it is below 20. So
Oh,
Just
so
means
it's
single
low
figures.
double figures.
yeah.
steel doorway slides open, revealing what might, were more of the machinery of this place intact, have been some sort of, no doubt, brilliant and inspiring, futuristic looking particle accelerator. No doubt a wild array of astonishing and inspiring machines, magic the likes of which you had never seen. But what you see is a plain hemispherical room, in the centre of which is a door frame with a smooth golden door. And standing sat to one side of it, in a plain metal chair, you can see what appears to be a Yuan-Ti woman with with black hair and serpentine features and a sleeveless red shirt with black ivy patterns up it. She has
Pretty.
She has one arm folded under the other, with the sort of second arm resting an elbow on her other hand, while she and just sort of one and the other and the free hand sort of held up and tapping the side of her cheek. She appears unconcerned by your arrival, but has a very flat look as you step in. Congratulations. I suppose you've passed the test.
Hooray, good for us.
It's going to take months to put this back in order.
I'm so sorry.
Good. You can't.
What a shame.
The fuck is wrong with you? So you just do this for fun? Like, what does this actually achieve? What's the aim?
My aims are my own, as your aims will be your own. I don't need to tell you my goals. I don't need to tell you what I'm spending centuries preparing for. I am the shaper of will, and within this place, my will is all that matters. That is the truth of what it means to be a sorcerer. Some think us one step below gods, and I tell you that we are more divine than any of the pretenders that there are today. All I can tell you is that neither of you are the one I've been waiting for.
Oh, thank fuck.
Thank fuck for that.
So, kindly be on your way. Stop messing with my things. And when
Sorry,
you
did we
find
break
your
your toys?
place, feel free to rule it as you see fit.
Don't you owe us a present or something?
Why, yes. I believe I will grant you your minds. She snaps her fingers and the illusion vanishes. And all of you, and at this point, I think Celestia is the only one left, you feel the...
I think Scathak didn't have an identity.
No, I'm still having-
Corzin's the other one who actually knows Corzin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All of you except Corzin, who has already shrugged it off, feel the last vestiges of the illusion of the shaping of your mind release, and your true identities flood back.
Ooh.
Shanti lets out a sort of squeal and just holds her head and sinks to her knees.
I'm going down with Shanti. What is happening? Are you what's going on?
You're right.
I know that we're not technically friends like this, but I'm here. What do you need?
I'm no one.
What?
I was born here. I'm no one.
Okay, that does not make you no one.
No, it doesn't.
No, I have no name except the name she gave me. The names. I remember hundreds of names now. I've never remembered my life. She looks at the door. She looks at the golden door ahead.
Do you want to come?
The door behind.
Come with us.
Yeah, don't. You don't need to stay here.
If you let me in your head, I can have a look. I can see if I can find something in there.
And if there's nothing, that means you can be literally whoever you want to be.
She recoils at that thought. But
You can be anyone. You're not no one, you're anyone. Anyone you want to be.
You can be Shanty if you want.
I want to be someone. If I go... She points at the door, at the golden door. Where does that go?
The next room of the Sirius Citadel.
What?
Where sorcerers make a room each. This sort of realm. But we're going to keep going until we get out, back to the real world. If you want to come, you can come.
But I'll never have that certainty, that knowing who I was. If I go back, I can be someone, and it'll all make sense. And
it doesn't make sense anyway. It doesn't make sense outside. Nobody knows who the fuck they are. Yeah, we have an identity, but we're all lost. Well, I don't know, maybe I'm just speaking for myself, but...
No, you're not. You're speaking for a lot of us. You're not wrong.
Everyone's lost. But you can be lost out there with us if you want.
Okay. Okay.
I offer her a hand.
She hesitates, doesn't move for a good 20 seconds before unsteadily reaching out and taking it.
Corzin is going to turn to the Yuan-Ti woman and say...
Oh no, she's gone. She vanished
she's
the
gone.
moment she clicked her hand
Right.
and fingers. She was never here.
Right, okay.
But you can scream at the empty room if you want.
I'm going to
Valid.
just say in a level voice, in the expectation that if she is the one ultimately controlling this place, she will hear me. If I were you, I would hope that we never meet each other out there.
The room is silent.
Well, let's go. I don't want to
Come
be
on,
here
let's
anymore.
get out of here.
Well, I'm really hoping there's a place to have a nap in the next one, because we ain't doing it fucking here.
Victory nods.
I'll link arms with Shanty / not Shanty. If she wants it. But it
She
feels like the
just
instinct, like you do
holds
the same
tight
thing that you were doing.
because-
Yeah.
Yeah, she doesn't know what else to do. Victory picks a bewildered-looking, Jeffrey up. The pair of you look back and you see on the ground 2 small silver skulls where they've fallen.
Oh, I will grab those.
Sure, we've got all our shit back. It's like instruments and bags and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was all
Can
bad.
has.
Bag of holding. All in the bags of holding.
Everything's in the bag of holding. That's good to know.
Everything you missed is in the bags of holding.
Excellent. Love that. Cracking. Carry
Except
on.
for the
It just
combating
suddenly
things
occurred
which
to me. I was like,
friends
where can we
brought
offer
with them.
Clyde?
Yeah.
That's fair, yeah.
All shoved into the bags of holding.
Except the damagey things that friend brought,
Yeah.
like the weird withered hand.
Yeah. And picking these things up, he stepped forward.
Holding on to Shanty.
Open the golden door and step into the light.
Does she come with us? She doesn't dissolve, does she?
She steps through with you. And what lies beyond, we are going to find out next
For not
time.
dissolving her, I was about to cry. I think it.
Thank you all for playing. Thank you all for listening. And farewell from all of us here at Flintlocks and Fireballs, Shanty included, but not Hubert. Fair seas and natural 20s. Who am I? I wish I knew. I have never been allowed to choose. 1,000 lies lived, now I'm free, and not one of them lived as me.
So gather your muskets, gather your spears, we'll plunder the shores of Calcinea. No kraken, storm or spell we fear, so come and sail with us, my dear.